I mean, obviously you fought a wrestler last time. He was more of a striker with you. What do you think?
He tried taking me down.
It didn't work out.
Times, and it didn't work out to his favor. So I'm just excited to go out there and fight. I don't think Kyoji's probably going to try to take me down. Like I said, I don't think he tried one takedown in his whole UFC career yet. So maybe I'll put him on his back. You never know. I'm an exciting fighter, and I'm not afraid to take the fight wherever it's going to go. I'm just, like I said, again, excited to come out here and fight another top contender, and ready to put on a show and show the UFC and also the fans that I'm a top guy in this division, and I could potentially be wearing a strap one day.
Do you have a prediction?
Win. I'm going to win. That's my prediction. Like I said, if he falls on my sword and I take his head off either way, whether it be submission or a knockout or a TKO, I'm all for it. But the goal is to get my hand raised by the end of the night and leave with a winning purse.
And what did you mentioned the Cejudo fight there. What were your takeaways from that one? Because you fought him very close, like you said, you were stuffing his takedowns. Fought him very close over 3 rounds. What did you take away from that fighting? Olympic gold medalists, all that kind of stuff. Did it kind of reinforce where you stand, that you're one of the top guys in this division?
I thought that. I think I gained a lot of confidence off the fight, knowing that this is a guy that kind of slingshot to the front for a title shot, or they gave all this credit to, and he hasn't really beat anybody. So yeah, it kind of gave me confidence, but then again, I fought. He held me against the fence basically for 3 rounds, and they gave him a 30-27 win. I mean, the guy tried 15 takedowns and maybe got one, and I wouldn't even count that one as a takedown. So and then blamed it on a bad taco. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm excited. Kyoji's very great fighter. Like I said, he's probably going to look to stand up and try to take my head off and wing for punches and stuff like that. So I'm just looking to find him and stay confident and bouncing on my toes. And I know that the judges probably ain't going to slay it my way if it's a close fight. The Mexico City fight showed that like I said, I thought it was a close fight, maybe even a split decision, and they had it 30-27 basically all ways. So if I don't come out here and win by a large margin, or I don't come out here and finish this guy, I'm probably going to get that same treatment, whether it's out here or anywhere else where I'm fighting a guy in his hometown.
Yeah, and what's the experience like of being that guy? You fight Henry Cejudo in Mexico, you fight, Horiguchi in Japan. Do you feel like, the UFC is trying to position you to lose these fights, or do you feel like it's an opportunity to, pull off the upset, or, disappoint the fans? How do you look at it mentally? I
mean, I kind of jokingly said that in an interview a while back, that either they're trying to fire me or they're looking to give me a title shot. I mean, I have tough opponent after tough opponent after tough opponent, and I wouldn't have it any different. That's going to make me a better fighter in the long run, whether I'm fighting these top guys. If I wanted to beat up bums, I'd wait outside of bars at 2:30 and beat up drunk guys. But I'm in the UFC, which is the top sport in America to me, and I'm fighting top guys, which is, it's showing me that I belong here. I was kind of the guy at first when I first got to the UFC that, came from a rough upbringing, that I thought my dream came true just making it to the UFC. And even if I was a 0-2 guy in the UFC and I was kicked out, my dreams came true and I made it. But no, after fighting here and hanging with the top guys in the world, I know that I belong here and I'm a top guy in the world. So I'm looking forward to coming out and fighting a ranked guy that just got off a title shot, and if I beat him, that's going to line me up for another tough fight, whether it be, I would love the Cejudo rematch, man. I would love that fight, but I know the UFC's not big on rematches, so anybody they give me after this, I'm pretty sure it'll be another tough opponent, and I'll be ready for the bill, man.
And what do you expect out of Horiguchi in this fight? Because I think a lot of people thought maybe he got rushed into that Demetrius Johnson title fight a little too early, and it didn't really go his way, and it seems those kind of fights, they can either make you or break you, right? So are you expecting, a new fighter, more evolved, or maybe a little hesitant and maybe a little broken after that, disappointing kind of lopsided loss?
Man, I really don't care, honestly. I'm pretty sure he's sleeping on me like everybody else, and until I pop him a few times. Like Cejudo, I think when Cejudo seen me at the weigh-ins and when he kind of looked at me, he was probably like, oh, I'm going to put this guy on his back for sure. Like, this guy's going to get tossed around probably like his other opponents, and then he felt my strength and he felt everything, and he was like, no, let me hold this guy against the fence for a few rounds and win that way. So I believe he's going to come out and he's going to stand, he's going to wing punches how he does, and I think he's going to be confident as well, probably a little bit, because he just went 5 rounds with the champ, whether he got tapped with 1 second left or not. He went 5 rounds with I believe, with the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, which is Demetrius Johnson. Guy's an amazing athlete, amazing fighter. So I'm looking forward to fighting that guy and gaining confidence. And I'm doing it every day or every fight that they're giving me when they're lining me up with these top contenders. I believe Cejudo is probably a fight away from getting that, and then Kyoji just got off the fight with the title fight. So I'm looking forward to beating the guys that Demetrius either fights or is going to future fight, or in the future, and hopefully I'm going to be that guy that's lined up in the next fight to get that title shot after I take out Kyoji.